Do you like trains?
I like trains.
Do you like turn-based combat?
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Little ass five. Come here.
Do you like simping for 2D anime characters?
Woof, 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 woof.
And do you want to go on a grand adventure in space?
Space!
Well, if you do, I got a game for you. Hello everyone, what's up? The ceiling, that's what. Hey, thank you, I'm here all week. I'm Nubby, your local pixelated YouTube persona thing for a guy who is too shy to show his face on YouTube. That's me. And unless you've been living under a rock, you probably already heard and know of the game called Honkai Star Rail, a sci-fi tactical turn-based RPG gacha game made by Chinese video game development and publishing company MiHoYo that is available on mobile, PC, and PS5 for free. If you already know all of that information before this video and have already played the game, then leave.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
This video is for those who just heard of Honkai Star Rail and are on the fence on whether they should play it or not. But I mean, you know, if you're bored and if you still want to watch the whole video or like, I don't know, have it play in the background while you're doing something and you know, maybe like, share, subscribe and hit the bell, who's there to stop you, you know? Alright, back on topic. What is Honkai Star Rail? Well, as previously stated, Honkai Star Rail is a game. But what exactly is Honkai Star Rail? What's the theme? How is the world building? And how does it feel to actually play the game? I'll also note that I will not go too much into detail regarding the main story to avoid any spoilers. So let's start with what I feel the overall theme of Honkai Star Rail is. Which I feel it is about exploration and discovery, kind of like One Piece the anime in space. We play as an amnesiac protagonist who woke up during a crisis on a space station, and after meeting a faction known as the Nameless, you team up with them to stop the crisis and save the inhabitants of the space station. When all is said and done, in true Luffy One Piece fashion, the captain of the Nameless group, she's actually the navigator, but let's be honest, Mummy's calling the shots in this household, she will invite you to join the crew aboard the Astral Express, which is a spaceship-like train, where you and your newfound friends will travel from planet to planet on a grand merry adventure through the cosmos, solving the problems faced by all the inhabitants on each planet along the way. Currently, I have already played through all of the main story quests and most of the side quests, and I really feel Honkai Star Rail has a great theme and a future-proof setup like One Piece, as each island, or in this case, each planet, is its own story arc, and we are just free spirits on a grand adventure to explore each individual world. Speaking of worlds, let's talk about the world building. As of recording, there are currently 4 major areas that we can explore: the Herta Space Station, Jarilo 6, the Xianzhou and Penacony. Each of these areas has its own unique theme as well as sub-areas to explore. Herta Space Station is a research facility, Jarilo 6 is an icy planet with everlasting winters, the Xianzhou is basically China in space, and Penacony is basically Las Vegas in space. While these areas are fun to explore, it is to be noted that Honkai Star Rail is not a massive open world game. It is more similar to a semi-open world game where you will still have a lot of areas to explore, but the areas are more limited and generally a lot smaller compared to an open world game like Genshin Impact. In the world of Honkai Star Rail, there are also gods known as eons. Each eon will have its own theme. For example, the Eon of Destruction, surprise surprise, wants to destroy everything, while the Eon of Mummy,
Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy?
While the Eon of Harmony wants everyone to live in peace and be one big family. The eons are a very cool factor in the world building, as each of their designs and what they represent is very diverse and unique. Additionally, depending on which eon a character or an NPC follows, they will tend to have goals and values that fits the theme of their chosen eon. Speaking of characters and NPCs, they are mostly made up of different humanoids. These currently include your typical human, to your furry humanoid, to your humanoid with dragon horns, to robot people, and kids with cotton balls growing out of their heads. The design of the playable characters are great, while unfortunately the NPCs are pretty forgettable, which is pretty standard for this kind of RPG gacha game. Overall, I feel the world building is good. The areas available for exploration might be small, but it is just big enough and filled enough with side quests, chests, puzzles, NPCs, and tidbits of lore to give it the illusion of you playing an open world game. Speaking of playing, how does one play Honkai Star Rail? Well, you gotta wait your turn. Get it? Because it's a turn-based game? Hey, alright. Cue sound effect. That's the wrong one. Wrong one. Right. Thank you. Yep, y'all are too kind. At its core, Honkai Star Rail is a turn-based combat game, where you will build a team made up of 4 characters to fight various kinds of enemies. The turn-based combat is self-explanatory. You will take a turn to do an action, after which your enemies will get a turn to do their action. But what makes the turn-based combat fun revolves around team building and the enemy you're fighting. As certain characters will have abilities that allow them to break certain rules, like skipping turns, attacking outside of their turns, delaying the enemy's turn, and so on. Fine-tuning a team and using it to beat the crap out of your enemies in-game is very satisfying, especially when you can clear all 12 floors of the Memory of Chaos, which is one of the endgame modes of Honkai Star Rail. The enemy varieties is also an aspect that enhances the overall combat experience, as each elite enemy, especially bosses, will have their own set of special skills and mechanics to make your life harder, such as summoning additional mobs, self-healing, stunning your characters, or kidnapping them and putting their souls in the Shadow Realm. And these are just some of the enemies you will face. And oh, you can probably already tell from the clips, but the designs for some of the enemies are truly top tier. I truly feel, even if you're not a fan of turn-based combat, give Honkai Star Rail a try, as it might just convert you like it converted me. As we are nearing the end of the video, as a person recommending you this game, I feel like it is also my duty to brief you about the gacha elements of Honkai Star Rail, because if you're not careful, you might just spend hundreds of your hard-earned money on what essentially is a free game. This is because one of the ways to get characters is by gambling. You might get the character you want in one pool, or you might get it in 100 pools. If you want to learn more in detail about the gacha system, I will put a link to a video made by Moon, also known as Destiny, in the description of this video down below, as I feel she made a great short video explaining how the gacha system and premium currency works in Honkai Star Rail. Personally, I am a free-to-play player and I've been playing since the launch of the game, back in April 2023. And even as a free-to-play player, I am able to beat all the content in the game and get a handful of hot 2D anime characters in the process. So please do not feel pressured to spend money in this game. And if you do, do so responsibly. The game is also pretty generous with the amount of premium currency and pulls it gives you, and sometimes the game just gives you a free character. Like currently, in the 2.0 update, if you just started playing Honkai Star Rail now, all you need to do is to complete some of the beginning main story quests on the space station, and you'll receive a strong 5-star character called Dr. Ratio in your in-game mail for free. I believe this event ends after 2.1, so if you're still on the fence on whether you should play Honkai Star Rail or not, now is a great time to start. And that's the end of the video. We made it, boys! This is actually the very first YouTube video that I made, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And I also hope that it sets the tone for the Nubby channel overall. As you can probably already tell, a lot of my takes are very opinion based, the source being trust me bro, and different people have different opinions. So if you disagree with some of my points and takes, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Lastly, I mainly plan to make content and cover news for Honkai Star Rail and another gacha game called Wuthering Waves So, if that interests you, please stick around, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Nubby out.